My ex-roommate once tried to kill me. We are off to a great start. She pulled a knife out of her pocket. My mate's boyfriend froze our fish in uni. What are we doing? Honestly, these are your stories, so you tell me. Welcome back to my low budget shit show. I'm Brianne, your host. I am so overwhelmed. I have 2 phones and a computer all beeping the same fucking message at me right now. If you're new here, run while you can. If you don't want to do that, you are so welcome to join us here in the snake pit. You might not get any value from being here, but you will be comfy. We're all very comfy. And sometimes I get you to send in your deepest, darkest secrets and I read them out in a video. And I don't even do it anonymously. I post your fucking username, I post the picture, I don't give a shit. Let me know in the comments if I should do this through... Let me know in the comments how else I can do this so that it might be anonymous. Start taking some ethical responsibility or whatever. Everyone and their dog asked what my shirt said last time I wore this. It says sex breakfast of champions because I'm a fucking champion. I told you to send in your worst / most cooked / craziest housemate stories or ex-housemate stories. We've covered pretty much everything from your worst date stories, your worst breakup stories, stories from work like ex-doctors, ex-fast food employees, ex-hospitality workers. We've done a lot of shit. If you've got any other ideas for just personal stories that you might want to submit, maybe even anonymously now for future videos, leave any ideas you've got in the comments below. I'm open to pretty much anything because these are hilarious. The last time I did one of these, it was absolutely batshit insane. So come in, take a seat, get a little drink. I've got a coffee on the run here, on the run. It's not going anywhere. I promise this does not have legs. Spoiler alert, this is me from the future. Hi, we're doing well. I didn't think these were gonna be as batshit fucking insane as they are. I can't believe what I've read. And we're gonna jump right into your crazy ex-housemate stories. Actually, we're not gonna jump right in. We're gonna talk about my clothing brand, Rift Supply Co. We've got tees, we've got hoodies, hats. If you're currently naked, you should go to riftsupplyco.com and fix that. Rift is how I'm able to keep making these videos, so I really appreciate any support you guys give in that aspect. Also, you can get 15% off Rift if you become a member of the channel with the link in the description. Members get access to things like custom emojis on their names. There's a whole separate section of my channel that's just for members. We vote on upcoming content, what you guys wanna see. But let's jump into it. This one's coming from Sapphic Heart. Again, no anonymity. Fuck. There's no sense of privacy on this channel yet. It was my first year living on campus and I had this roommate. We'll call her Betty. Betty was weird. Sick. Betty was weird and I was seeing some roommate red flags with her, but I didn't care or have the time to think too much into it. It was a few months in and she started acting really weird around me, like we would make eye contact in the hall and she would run away. When I asked her to hang out outside of school, she would make up excuses. On Thursdays, I had study group and every time I came back, Betty would act really sus and strange around me. Is Betty a little bit... I don't know. Or is she poisoning your food? It's very difficult to tell. When you think about it, there is actually significant overlap between those 2 groups of people. What do I mean by that? I should stop just leaving open-ended things on the internet for people to draw their own assumptions about. What I mean by that is this is weird behavior that could be explained by her having a little crush on you, or it could be explained by her doing something sus, like poisoning your food or taking a piss on your rug. I don't know. Another month went by and I started to notice a lot of my things were going missing. Okay, she's not gay. Turns out Betty had been stealing my things and selling them for months. I confronted her and told the headmaster. She ended up playing the victim and got let off with a warning even though I had proof she had been stealing my things. Needless to say, I no longer live on campus. Like, I gotta respect the hustle Betty has, but I don't have to respect any other part of this. Weird flex, Betty. My first semester living on campus, my roommate froze a banana in water in a plastic, and I've actually got a fucking story myself. Speaking about freezing things in uni. She left it in the freezer all semester long with no explanation. She also placed a glass pan of brownies on a hot stove and it exploded all over the kitchen. I found this out this morning when I stumbled into the kitchen to get water and cut my foot up on all the broken glass. Good times. I need an explanation for the banana. I need to know what's happened with the banana. Why did she freeze a banana in some water? The frozen banana, fine. The frozen banana in water, questions. My mate's boyfriend froze our fish in uni. Yeah, that's the whole story. That's unfortunately the whole story. He froze our fucking fish. Serial killer vibes there. Anyway, I live with someone to be... Let's just gloss over that. I lived with someone years ago who decided he was moving to another state and just packed his stuff up and left while I was at work one day. What the fuck? Didn't tell me, and most of the furniture / kitchen stuff was his, so I came home from a 12-hour day to an empty house other than the furniture in my room. What? Okay, well that takes like ghosting people to a whole new level. That's odd. My roommate snuck into my bedroom while I was sleeping and replaced all of my underwear with lettuce. What? What on God's green earth? Honestly, with the price that lettuce has been, kind of a present. Bit of a gift. Oh, what's going on here? We're in Bali. We're looking very humid, so bloody humid. But I'm here to introduce the sponsor of this video, Native, specifically Native's body wash this time. But if you ever wanted more proof that their deodorants also work like a charm, it is 1,000,000 degrees here. It's so humid and I still smell excellent because I'm wearing their deodorants. I've also been using their body wash. I love their body wash so much, truly, that I bought this with me, even though this is not a travel-sized object. But it's my favorite body wash. I love them so much. This is the coconut and vanilla. It's got clean and simple ingredients, ones that you recognize. It's sulfate, phthalate, and dye-free, and it's also vegan. And it's got citric acid in it, which keeps the pH for your skin nice and happy. The 3 scents that I chose are obviously coconut and vanilla, cucumber and mint, which is a classic that I always use, and another one that I haven't used yet, cashmere and rain. What a name, but it smells as fancy as it sounds. Makes me feel like I should be at a resort. Native also has a cabin collection available. They've got a limited edition fall collection. If you think of like the great outdoors, campfires, apple picking, getting cozy inside and curling up by the fire, kind of create your own cabin in the woods feeling, which funnily enough, we are currently in a cabin. There's scents such as wildwood and cardamom, which I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, warm cider and cinnamon, toasted marshmallow and vanilla, and our lovely friend cashmere and rain, which I love. I can vouch for that one 100%. And like I mentioned before, they also have things like deodorants and toothpaste. 3 body washes are normally $27, but if you use my code, you'll get them for $17, which is 40% off. And that might change a little bit depending on what country you're ordering from. Don't miss out, that's a limited time offer. You can use my link below and my code. And thanks again to Native for sponsoring this video and making me smell nice and fresh still, even in the tropics. First year of uni, I was dorming with this group off campus. This girl had a boyfriend who would come over heaps, and since we shared a room, I would avoid our room completely when he came over to be polite. I've never understood people who lived in like dorms, like with other people in the same room. It's like I went to uni and lived somewhat on campus, but not in like a college environment. Because we don't have like college as a concept at our uni, but it was still like hundreds of uni kids living in the same buildings and just being rat bags. But we got our own rooms. With that type of stuff, like I've always wondered, what do you do? And I know people who have shared bedrooms with like 6 different people, which I don't even know how that's possible. Do you just not go to your room? Or do you just watch? I guess let's finish the story and find out. Eventually he started staying over so much he was pretty much living with us, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay in there and make them leave. Spoiler alert, they didn't, and I sat through endless pain of flirting, kissing, and close to sex moments. Okay, I guess that answers that question. My stubborn ass refused to do anything about it until 6 months later when I moved out and moved into a crappy apartment nearby. There's the answer to my question, turns out. Have you ever seen broccoli boiled so long it turns grey and stinks out the entire house? Can't say I have. Can't say I have. Have you? I feel like you may have. I did every day for the year I lived there. Every day, also with a jar of butter chicken sauce a day, but like that wasn't as offensive. Also, they refused to let any chemicals in the flat despite the rampant cockroach infestation and mold in the bathroom. Honestly, cannot deal with bitches who don't like chemicals. Everything is a chemical. The butter chicken is a chemical. The fucking broccoli, the broccoli science experiment, also a chemical. Everything is a chemical. I really wonder how high some of these people rate in like neuroticism. What's their attachment style? How are they parented? What is their birth chart? I'm getting a lot of Virgo. No offense to Virgos, but also a lot of my friends are Virgos, it's fine. I was the only other housemate awake when Pepper, not her real name, looked at a 3-day-old leftover pizza in the fridge and then looked at me and said, "This isn't the pizza I wanted." I shrugged because I didn't know what happened to it, and then Pepper accused me of eating her portion of the leftovers and then spent 2 hours having a tantrum about it, featuring slamming doors, stomping around in her room, throwing pillows, and rage mowing the lawn. At least she mowed the lawn, I guess. I went out while Pepper was still mad and got hit with a 1,000 word long message in the household group chat and a block on Facebook over a pizza. For the record, I did not eat her pizza. I wish she did. That is hilarious. Listen, I get hangry. I get very don't touch my fucking food kind of vibes. Would I ever mow the lawn about it? Would I ever slam a door about it? Honestly, I would never even say anything, but would I ever mow the lawn about it? No. No, 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 no. An ex of mine had a roommate who just irrationally hated her. On my ex's birthday one year, her roommate was acting unusually nice and brought her a cake that she made for her and said she was trying to smooth things out. I don't like what's probably in this cake. She thanked her and waited until she wasn't around anymore to cut the cake because she felt that something was up. When she finally did, the knife hit something hard in the cake, so she dug into it and found that she'd put a bunch of screws in the cake. She left immediately and completely cut ties. Hi Brianne, I love your videos by the way. Thank you, but back to the screws. What? That's straight up illegal, right? That's like, you could get in like an actual legal trouble for that. Because that is batshit insane. My ex-roommate once tried to kill me. We are off to a great start. One day, me and my roommate got into a huge argument over something small. After about 1.5 hours, she came to apologize. When I said, yeah, okay, whatever, she pulled out a knife out of her pocket. She pulled a knife out of her pocket and stabbed me twice in the stomach and once in the hand. What? I managed to get her off me and she ran out the dorm. I called the police and she got caught and sentenced 9 to 15 years. That was 3 years ago. I don't know how to respond to this because I have absolutely no way of verifying this. So let's start there. That is such an extreme story that if it is real, and I'm not saying it's not, I'm just saying I don't know. If it is real, I hope you are okay. I hope your stomach and your hand are okay. I hope you've been to therapy because I would need it after that. That's actually like floored me a little bit. Like, I am taken aback. Consider me taken aback. Like, how do I move on from that story? Anyway, we'll move along from that somehow. Like what? I had a housemate that periodically decided that instead of talking to me like an adult, he would sweep the whole kitchen floor and then empty the sweepings into... Oh dear. Empty the sweepings into my refrigerator and bedroom is what that says. It took me ages to figure out what was going on. I thought it must have been a mouse dragging shit around. It was very weird. That is very weird. People are very weird. He would also steal valuable things like bikes and boards from the neighbors if they had loud house parties as revenge. It was weird, so much passive aggressive stuff instead of just having a conversation. Yeah. That's really weird. It's really weird. So I was the crazy housemate at college. Interesting. Balance. We're getting a bit of balance. I'm a germaphobe and my roommate rarely ever tidied or had a shower. Oh, that's okay. I refused to clean for them during the first few weeks, hoping they'd do it themselves. Now we were nearly 2 months in. This person's room literally stank so bad that you could smell it in the hallway. Yeah. So when they went to some club outside of school, I flooded their room with water and loads of bubbles that their mum had bought for them to use in our bath, but hadn't, as a way to say tidy up and shower at the same time. Okay. Thankfully we lived on the bottom floor of our housing block so the water didn't damage anyone else's property, babes. What is happening? But it's safe to say I had to start looking for a new college after that stunt. What? Okay, dolls, I love that you know that you were the crazy housemate. I love that that's where we're starting because that is 150 fucking % accurate. We didn't think to have a conversation up until this point with the person about the differing standards of tidiness that maybe bother you and don't bother them. Just like let them know before you fucking... Honestly, it's probably good you didn't get done for property damage. But hey, look, we've all done some crazy shit. And as I said, and this is a place on the internet where crazy bitches can come and frolic freely in the grass. Because we've all been there. Maybe not there, but we've all been somewhere where we were like, oh, this is a bit funny. I currently live on res at uni, so while I don't share rooms per se, we live in close proximity. Yes, we do. We live in close proximity to a wide array of people. My next door neighbor is fairly tame, albeit interesting. He has a penchant for late night gaming sessions, which are punctuated by random outbursts of what I assume are reactions and profanities in Mandarin. I love how you write. They're punctuated by random outbursts. It's a little jarring and it's a wonder no one else has reported him for a noise complaint. Fortunately, I don't keep the best sleeping schedule, so I'm usually awake during his gaming time. He also talks on the phone a lot, which is totally fine. We have a few international students, so it's not uncommon for them to call overseas, especially during the night. My issue is when he casually continues the convo while using the toilet. Our floor has a pair of toilets separated by cubicles. It's incomparably awkward minding your own business, doing your own business, only to be... I love how you write. Write something. Write more shit. Only to be interrupted by a phone call in the immediate stall. I can imagine the poor caller on the other end of the line. It's not like the guy is discreet either. The whole ordeal is loud. I don't really want to confront the guy either. I just avoid him. He's not actively social with the rest of the floor, which makes it easy though. Wish I at least knew his name. Well, you know a lot of other things about him, so I think that makes up for it. Not me, but a mate. Their housemates had allocated rooms to all 5 of them. One evening they had a party and almost everyone was either drunk or high. There was a window plaster and light bulbs smashed. After they realized the damage, they made one person pay for all the repairs in that one room, and I'm talking big bucks. I'm talking big bucks, bro. Two of my flatmates were sleeping. Oh, and this is from a channel member. Fuck yeah. Two of my flatmates were sleeping together on and off, but one of them had a girlfriend. One night, the girlfriend comes over in the middle of the night and catches my two flatmates in bed together. There was screaming, punching, and the girlfriend even punched my other flatmate's dog. What the fuck did the dog do? So we called the cops on her, good, and she swiftly left and never came back. Side mate, my two flatmates are dating now. Well, fuck. I ignore the rest of the story, to be honest. The dog? What has a dog ever done? Wow. Wow. My roommate once ate marijuana. Not edibles, just straight weed. That's not how you do it, man. I'm gonna leave it on the weed story before things start getting weird again. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know ideas for other ones. I love doing these videos. I love reading out your deepest, darkest secrets to the internet. It's my favorite thing. It's nice to see that all of my followers have equally as cooked lives as I do. As I said, and I probably didn't say, but if I said, I give shout outs at the end of every video to people who become members of my channel. Newest member of the inner circle, I don't know why these are here, but they are now. Newest member is Adam Williams. Thank you, Adam Williams, for becoming a member of the channel, supporting the channel, being a legend in general. That's all for this video. My camera's about to die, and I will see you whenever I fucking... You can leave now. We can all leave now. Let's go.